Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are coming to you live from Somabula Nature Reserve.
Okay.
At first I said Sokomunda. I'm gonna try it. Somabula Nature Reserve. Yes, we're gonna be here for 2 nights. This is our second night. And we're going through our videos and comments, and we came across a lot of comments about breaking down costs of actual camping. You know, people do want to come and do camping, but they don't know how to go about it, because also they don't know how much it costs to actually find yourself in such a nice place. So today we're going to break that down. We've got 3 categories that we thought these are most essentials. You need these as you will be camping. All right. So the first one is booking costs.
I mean, it all depends really where you're going. We go mostly to the Kruger, the Kruger Park. So the Kruger will have what we call conservation fees.
Yes.
So that's like roughly per adult, it's roughly 100 rands.
Yes.
I'm not sure what it is now, because what we prefer is to buy the wild card. So wild card allows you to, basically you're buying a pass for the year. So you can go to the Kruger for a year without paying conservation fees if you have a wild card. It also differs. So if you're having, it differs per amount and what that provides for you. So you can pay a wild card that allows you to enter the Kruger for the whole year, or you can buy a wild card that allows you to enter all South African national parks. For the year.
So it's not only the Kruger.
No.
You can get the wild card for all
SAN parks. But of course it will differ into how many, if you're buying a family card and how many you are in the family. Ours is around 1,400.
Yes.
Because it's for the 2 of us for the year. But that's the one for the Kruger. The one for all the national parks will be a bit higher than that. So it will differ with that.
Because it gives you access.
It will differ with that. So get that out of the way. That's if you're doing the Kruger. But also these other private reserves, like Dinokeng for instance, you have to pay, I don't know what they call it there, but there's an amount you pay for you to be able to do yourself drives and so on.
That is outside of booking inside the park. Just for you to enter. Because also with Kruger, not everyone is booking overnight. Some are day visits, and that's where now you pay that one, the 100 rands. When the last time we were there, it was 100 rand, right? So even if you're not going there for overnight stay, you're just there for day visits, that's what you pay. But if you're gonna be going there more often, you prefer to get in the wild card, because in any other long weekend or any time you feel like the Kruger, you just go and then you present the card for entering. And then we also have accommodation fees. This will vary, especially because our point of reference right now is the Kruger, because we do more of that compared to other campsites. So with the Kruger, you've got options, is that tents or bungalows, and then you also have your own self-camping, where you bring your own camp and then camping equipment rather, and then you camp. So
for this for your own like camping, whether you have a caravan or this tent or your rooftop tent, whatever, you just pay for the stand. It will differ. Is it, for instance, does it have power, electricity, or does it not? But roughly you're paying between, I would say, 400 to 500 rand.
And also that will differ if it's a rustic camp or a normal camp with an electric point and water, warm water. So it will vary, but it's around 500 rands per night. And then if you're doing tents, they go from 8.99 to 1.2, 1.3 per night. Also, this depends on what time or what
type of
when are you coming in the year.
That also affects the price.
It affects the price. So if it's during the year, you can get your accommodation for the tent to be around 7.99 per night. But it's peak season, it's around 1.2, and early Jan, you can still get it at 1.2. So you need to check as to when will those prices change, and then you can book in advance.
Also for clarity, you're talking about their safari tents?
Yes, safari tents.
They are mini glamping, if you like.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a normal tent that you get, and it's fully equipped. It has a bed, it has towels, it has soap, lotion yana there, and then you've got access to the ablution block where you'll have toilets and a shower with hot water or a bathtub, but then these are all communals. Yeah.
Then you can also get the one we got in Kunda Maria, for instance, a fully equipped tent.
Yes, we do get, and those are a bit apanyana. It's not going to be your 800 or 1.2, it's around 1.5, because in your tent you've got a shower and a toilet. It's not like your communal vibes.
It's basically what you get when you walk into a hotel.
Yes, exactly.
But it's a tent. So
yes,
it's such things.
Yeah, and then you also have bungalows, depending on how many beds. It goes from 1.6 going up, and also depending on what time of the year are you booking. But the nice thing about those bungalows is that some you find with ablution inside, and some it's communal ablutions. And then now if you want the ones that has your own private ablution inside, it's gonna be a bit up, but if it's communal, the price will also be. So you look at such things that if you're looking for accommodation in the Kruger, you are ranging around from 500 to 1.6, 1.8, depending on the options that we've said.
And one other thing, I'm just thinking of this now as you're speaking, for all types of accommodation, including the camping, up until bungalows and guest houses and so on, in the Kruger, when you add a person, for instance, if you're paying the base price for a certain campsite is 2 people, when you add a person, there's a fee.
Yes, definitely.
But it's not bad. It's around 150 to 200. It depends. If you're adding a child, it's also cheaper, and so on. So just think of that. You book a campsite, you have a third person to add.
That's something that's another cost. Consider. But also, all of this information that we're saying is on the SANParks website.
Anyways,
and that's where you book. If you are booking in the Kruger, you don't book on bookings.com. No, you must go to the SANParks website.
That's important.
We can put it. We'll put it on the description below. And then if you want to visit the SANParks, you can go in there, and then you pick the Kruger if you want the Kruger or any other South African park. It's all there. Then you can just choose and then pick your preference, and then you can book.
What else? Under accommodation, did we cover everything?
I think we have, and if there's anything, you think there's more?
No, I think generally also we're just giving a base. There's probably a lot more, maybe like smaller details that we probably be leaving out.
I just thought of this now, that you don't have to pay cash when you book. You can pay a portion just to secure that day that you're booking for. So we normally book. We don't play. We would book in Jan for next year Jan. But then what this means is we can then pay in between, in the year. So we normally do 5 days to 6 days in the Kruger. That means we're gonna pay. We're gonna choose the days that we wanna be in the Kruger, lock it, and then pay an amount. And then whenever we feel like finishing, we finish it, and then we know that next year it's sorted. So that's also another thing, that if maybe you're booking more than 2 days and it's a bit steep, don't worry about paying immediately. You can just pay, and then you'll settle it.
It's important that you highlight that, because if you want the nice accommodation, because Kruger, people love Kruger. It's not just South Africans there, it's basically Europeans are playing there. So you have to do it earlier to get the nice accommodations.
And then you get to choose which one you want, because you find that maybe there's 7 campsites in Yadi tents, and then you want the one that is closer to the fence, because then now if you're closer to the fence, you can see game, right?
Oh yes, that's nice. But that's mostly for, I think, Tenze. Allows you to choose a campsite. The rest of them, in terms of camping, our camping, it's first come first serve. So you can secure a stand, but it means any stand. You go anywhere. But with the other accommodations, your glamping or safari tents, as they call them, your bungalows, and that you have to do it quite early in the year.
Yes, to secure those.
But to avoid this, where now all campsites are done, you arrive earlier, basically in the morning.
That's it.
Excellent.
You must come very early so that you can get the nice ones, and also others are leaving, and then you can just take over.
But we generally avoid like peak seasons like Christmas and
so we normally do the Kruger in Jan.
Yeah.
When everybody's going to work, we
now want to go there because it's nice and peaceful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really just depends. Number one, on the vehicle you drive,
sure.
How many days you're gonna be there, and how far you're driving from your house.
True.
You have to. So we are in Gauteng. You have to count from Gauteng to the Kruger and which gate, because it differs.
There are quite a number of gates.
Yeah, a lot of entrances. Some in Limpopo, some in Mpumalanga. So it will depend. Also have to accommodate game drives in the Kruger. Maybe you want to touch on that.
So when it comes to gaming, you kind of save a lot of fuel because you can't drive 180 in the Kruger, unfortunately. You're around, it's from 20 to 60 km per kilometer. That's how fast you can go. So if you want to save fuel, you don't drive
this. Did you say 60?
The 60.
It's 50.
You lie.
I'm telling you.
You are a liar.
I'm the one doing driving there.
Oh yeah, you are.
Someone is afraid of elephants. I didn't say names. It's fine.
Like this 65 people.
You understand? It's 50 on tar roads and then 40 on gravel roads.
On gravel
Our
roads.
favorite gravel roads.
So more like your favorite, Chom?
Well,
so
you have come to love it.
No, because that's when you see a lot. When you're in the gravel roads, you get to see a lot of game. So
back to business.
Back to that. So if you want to save fuel, we normally have a tank for a week to drive around Kruger because we're not speeding.
Yeah, it actually goes quite a long way.
Yeah.
Roughly, you could like burn half of a tank.
Yeah, by just going out every day. We normally do twice a day, morning drives and then evening drives, because now in the morning animals are out to play. During the day it's too hot, they are just hiding, and then evening drives they are also out again, and there is smoke.
Oh yeah. Do you know why also I think we are saving a bit of more fuel? I think also because we pick a spot for the day. We use a map quite a lot in the Kruger, and then we identify spots that we're going to go to. And we like these little water holes, dams and so on. So we'll drive out and go there by the water hole
and park there for like an hour.
See some action.
And
so
you see a lot of action.
Yeah, we do. So it's going to depend also on how much you're driving in the Kruger as well. How far? Because if you were to go from the north to the south,
that's crazy.
Quite a distance.
It is.
We've done it before.
That was crazy.
Exhausting,
and we lost a lot of fuel because of the drive. You see, so the more you drive and then kilometers going up, but yeah. I hope we covered that. So I think in summary, it depends on the car you're driving, and you also know your car, how far it could go. But once you're inside the Kruger, you can save a lot because you can't drive more than 50.
Yeah. So in the Kruger, basically, we don't usually try and plan for fuel as such, because it doesn't really, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
So it's from home to the Kruger and from the Kruger to home that we're really planning for.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got groceries.
Groceries.
Viñoños, Chagodia.
It's not that good. But yeah, that needs a lot of planning, because this is when you're on a trip, you're not trying to save costs or anything like that.
You want to enjoy.
You're not trying to limit what you're not watching the pocket per se.
Yeah.
You just want to enjoy. So we do buy groceries before we go there.
Yes. Because it's cheaper when you're outside the Kruger.
Yes.
Inside the Kruger, food is expensive if you're buying like mugayo, maize.
Yeah.
Your normal 5 kg in the Kruger, it's almost double.
Yeah.
So you look at such things, you say it's better to buy when you are still outside of the Kruger. So depending on whichever gate you are going for, we normally buy when we're closer to the gate.
The closer town.
Especially meat.
Especially meat.
Yeah. You can't drive from Gauteng with a braai pack and then you want to go to the Kruger, So we buy our starch
starch. Yeah, we buy
we buy normal groceries this side in Gauteng and pack it nicely, and then when we get to a closer town to the gate that we're using, we then find a butcher and then get meat for the
basically
next 2 days.
Non-perishables, we buy them from home.
Yes.
Perishable, we are closer to the Kruger because you want them to be as fresh as you can.
Yes.
We're also still building, in terms of camping. We're gonna start including things like fridge and so on in the car. So once you are at that level, then I guess you can just buy it whenever. Because it's gonna be frozen the whole time. But in the absence of that, you want to make sure you buy closer to there. So there's a budget for that. We're not watching it per se when we're on a trip. You just buy what you need. And I know so I always make more preparation for things like ice cream. It's not for me. Ice cream and sweet things and nice things.
Big ice cream.
Yeah, actually it is. But yeah, as I said, you want to have fun. You want to enjoy. So if you feel like you want to eat something, you have enough to just buy whatever you want to buy.
Yes,
it's a trip.
Exactly.
You will watch the pocket when you come back home.
Exactly. You would have made provision for such. Yeah. So also considering having enjoyment. There are things like what we do in the morning. Morning drives. Yeah. Where we leave like 4 a.m. What time does it open?
That's a good one.
5.
It depends on the season of the year. But the time that we go, it's summer. It's 4:30.
Yes.
4:30, yeah.
So the minute the gates open, we wouldn't have woken up and ate breakfast, right? So we just leave with water and would have made cappuccino on our mugs, and then we go out, and then we're gonna find the next rest camp, and then we have breakfast. That's when you buy it. Now it's not a thing of it should have been part of the things that you bought coming in.
No.
So we make provisions for such to say, even if we are camping, but we still have to have fun.
Basically, yeah.
So we stop by and then we have the breakfast and ice cream.
Of course, ice cream. Man,
but
is there another item there? But maybe before that, I think we can go back to accommodation. There's an interesting part that we forgot.
Go for it.
The fact that for us, other people may do it differently. I don't know. There's 2 nights of very comfortable sleep that we provide for the trip, especially if we're doing a 1 week. The first night and the last night.
Yes.
Yeah. We take the first night in a very comfortable accommodation.
For me.
For you, of course. That will be outside the Kruger. Before you go in, there's a night that we spent it in nice, maybe luxury accommodation, just to be comfortable, before you go in. And then there's another night when we actually exit the Kruger before you go home. Sleep outside in a very comfortable.
That is correct.
Luxurious accommodation.
Yes.
For the wife, make her happy so that she tags along next time too. Hey.
No, but also because it's a long drive.
It's a very long drive.
From Gauteng to any gate. In the Kruger, it's far. So imagine you're
basically
driving
the whole day drive.
5 hours, and then when you get to the Kruger, it's already 4 o'clock, and you still have to drive from the gate of the Kruger to the campsite. It's also a stretch, and remembering that at a certain time they close.
They close the gates.
Yes, and then you get fined for coming in late. Well, you don't want to need that. So we do make provision on the first day to drive there, and then book somewhere else around closer to the gate.
Definitely.
Right?
Closer to the gate.
And then on the last day, we also book outside so that we rest, because now driving from the campsite we were to the gate over Kruger is also a drive, right? And then when you get there, we rest, and then the next morning after, then
you can go home.
Yeah.
You're not too exhausted to drive back home.
Yes.
You've had a nice rest, jacuzzi vibes, and then somebody's very happy with that, and then
white sheets.
Then we can drive home.
Yeah.
Those are the
and also, this video was not necessarily about the Kruger. It was more of camping itself, right? Yeah. So looking at where we are right now, we're at Somabula. They charge per person. Yes. So for two nights, we paid almost 1,000 rands.
Basically.
And then and what you get in that 1,000 rands is a space to camp, a braai area, and ablution block, your own private ablution block.
This one has its own
yes, this particular one, it's yours. It's just you and the person you're with, Bedzi. And then others are a bit cheaper because it's a communal ablution block. And but then you have your own campsite nyana there, and then you have a drying area. So they range around 5 to 1,002. These campsites, depending on what you want and what it comes with.
There's the one we were planning to go to. This is just beautiful, but I'm not gonna say the name yet. It is basically per night 1,600. You'd be like, but that's a campsite. Yeah,
no, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's
beautiful. Those ablutions are something else.
But
it really, just to show, it can get to that, depending on what you're getting.
Right now, if you're looking at a campsite that you don't mind sharing with people, you can pay around 500 to maybe 1,000 max. That's like very high for a place where you'll be sharing ablution blocks. But if you want your private ablution, you must be ready to pay more than 1,000 for 2 per night.
I mean, it all depends on what you buy.
Yes.
We don't mind either or.
No,
we
don't
can
mind.
do shared ablutions. For this one, we just felt, let's have it private. Just have we just wanted really to disconnect from everything.
And also, going back to preference, it doesn't mean if it's communal, it's dirty.
No,
these places are well kept. They are nice. Remember when we did Ezemvelo? Oh, it was clean. They came to clean twice a day. Basically. So in the morning they came and made rounds. During the day they made rounds. So they made sure that the ablution blocks was the Kruger. It's always on point. It's always clean. It's always smelling nice. You won't feel ill.
You have a person literally sometimes randomly during the day.
You just
cleaning up after you
and clean. Make sure the showers are like this. The bathtubs are. They'll be like no mark. Someone was here.
No.
So when you think about ablution, don't think
shared,
oh my god,
it's
sharing, it's bad. No, they are well kept and they're very clean.
Super clean. Like you said, there's one where I walked into Letaba Rescue and it smelled like a hotel room.
Exactly.
You know, it's that clean. So don't think that you're sharing ablutions, then it's like no.
I like exclusivity because
okay.
Come on, it's ours. It's private.
Basically,
our neighbors, we can't even see them. They're out there.
We can't see anyone. We can't see anything.
You understand? So unless you around, I'm just saying, you know. But that's how exclusive it is when you have your own private ablution. All right.
Just
cool.
depends on that.
And I think we covered everything. Oh, we also. Other costs that you might incur, and that's if you want, it's a private game drive or just a game drive. You know, if you don't want to be driving around the Kruger or wherever that you guys are camping, you have an option of getting a game drive from the nature.
Such things, game drives. What else? It's basically that. I mean, if we're talking camping, but I mean, all these other nature reserves, like this one, for instance, Somabula. You'll find like hiking, for instance.
They've got hiking trails.
And some of those don't even come with extra costs.
No,
it's just
the money that you paid to enter will be the money that
enough for that.
It covers everything else.
Then some will say pay for a game drive. I mean, obviously those are paid for. But there are activities, game drives, hiking, fishing for some.
The last time we went for a game drive, was it 6 each?
That was for the Kruger, was it?
Kruger.
I think it was around 6 each, and also it depends on which one you're taking. There's morning drives, there's afternoon drives, sunset drives, and then
there's AM drives. You're not going.
I want that one.
Oh, also outside of the drives, there are walks that you can walk in the Kruger with rangers. They are well trained to go and face a lion.
I don't care if they're well trained.
Face to face.
So far, I'm not willing to do it.
Right?
Nah.
You should feel that way even with the AM.
No, but you. I don't know about the walk, man. I don't know. I feel like I would come back exhausted with adrenaline. Because the whole time you're just watching your back. And
literally, you're just here.
I imagine looking into a lion's eyes and I'm on foot.
No, but then you've got the rangers and they're well trained to
I know that, but it's a lion.
That's too black.
I'm still very black. You know,
you're so black like that.
It's honestly, I'm also interested in doing it. I'm just a bit, I don't know about it too.
Yeah.
About it. But
those are the things that you can do while in the Kruger. It's not a private drive, but then you get a drive, and then also there are private drives, and then also there are other private campsites within the Kruger.
Yes. Yeah, there are. You've got like private lodges, private.
Yes.
They are in the Kruger, but they are private.
Yes.
So I guess, I don't know how that works. I think they probably bought a piece of land in the
Yes,
Kruger,
they probably did, and we don't know how much those cost.
They're quite expensive.
Yeah, they
Some
are.
of them, I know, they're really expensive.
I once saw one that was like 10 grand a night.
Yeah, no, those are quite. It depends. I mean, when you look at what you're paying for, it's kind of like the same as what you or get at a hotel outside the Kruger. So I don't know, but those are options that you have. You can do that.
Yeah.
Maybe which campsites you want to do in the Kruger.
Yes.
We're now trying to go for the smaller ones, just because they are so intimate. The ambience there is different from yours, Skukuza, which is like the one. Is it the biggest? I think it's the biggest.
It's the town.
It's like a mini town in the Kruger.
Yeah.
You've got everything, your massage for those who like nice things and so on. But yeah. But I mean, if you want exclusive, quiet time and beautiful sort of vibes, you want the smaller ones. You've got like your Tamboti tented camps. You've got your, what's this other one? Not Pretoria's Fall. But yeah, the nicer, smaller ones is where we're trying to go now.
And side note, if you want to see game, go to the south.
Yeah, there's a huge debate around that.
The south.
But the south.
The first time I did the south with him, because then you came like ever since you were born.
Basically, yeah.
You know,
living in the Kruger.
Do you understand? So, I've been there for like, now it's been 3 years that I go to the Kruger each year. But in the 3 years, I've seen more game
in the south compared to the north.
Literally, in 3 days, we already covered the big 5.
Yeah.
Because we're in the south. And in the other 2 years that I've been in the Kruger, I saw bits and pieces. One day in the north.
And the middle towards the north.
Yes. So if you want to see game for real, guys,
the south is crazy, man.
South is crazy. It's like everyone is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to see like your rhino. Those are now they become very scarce for obvious reasons.
True.
Poaching, but you see them a lot in the south. It's just sad because now you find them de-horned because they're trying to save them from these poaching guys. But yeah, you see a lot, way more than the south.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll probably go to the south.
We definitely do the south. Last time we were there, we did Bechendel 3 days.
Bechendel 3 days. Yeah.
We're gonna do something else in the south.
There's also Crocodile Bridge. It's the one I was
Yes.
trying to think, but it wasn't.
Let's do that. We're doing Crocodile Bridge.
Probably that.
More of that.
More of that. Then we'll see where
2
else to go.
Bechendel and then 3 down there.
I think that's basically the basics of what we do in terms of camping.
Yeah.
There's probably more. If you've got more questions, I mean, you can just
Yeah,
weigh them
definitely. This video is for that. So if there's any other questions that is around what we spoke about, you guys can hoy it on the comment section, and then we will reply with a video answering those questions.
Definitely.